Dear viewers, the topic which we will discuss today is why is Myanmar not declared as a pariah state? Pariah state, a state which is disliked, a state which is a scheduled caste state, like untouchable state is a pariah state. Why it has not been declared as a pariah state? March 27th, 2021. It's an unforgettable day for Myanmar, for the people of Myanmar. On the occasion of military day, because Myanmar, the government of Myanmar, which is a military junta, it celebrated 27th of March as a military day, and on that day around 200 people were killed. 200 protesters in Myanmar, in different cities of Myanmar, were killed by the military. This game of bloodshed, or this bloodshed in Myanmar has been going on since February 1st this year, when the civilian government of Suu Kyi was overthrown as a result of a military coup. And on daily basis there are demonstrations, there are protest marches, peaceful protest marches against the military regime. But the military regime, it made a history on 27th of March when it killed 200 people. That's the largest figure. United States, UN, some Western countries have condemned the use of excessive force and unleashing a reign of terror in Myanmar by the military junta. But the fact is basically that despite all such criticism, the military government in Myanmar is not listening, is confident. And we have to understand a couple of things that why in Myanmar things have become so dangerous. The first is basically that you have to go back a couple of years back, I think 4 or 5 years ago, when the military of Myanmar, in connivance with the government of Myanmar of Aung San Suu Kyi, embarked on a policy of ethnic cleansing against the Rohingyas in the Rakhine state of Myanmar. Rakhine state of Myanmar, where the hundreds and thousands of Rohingyas who happen to be the Muslims, and the ethnic cleansing was taking place in Myanmar, and the military of Myanmar was given a free hand to kill as many as possible, and around 1 million of the Rohingyas, they took refuge in neighboring Bangladesh. So when the military of Myanmar got addicted of killing its own people, of killing the Rohingyas, so it was a wishful thinking to expect that when there will be demonstration, or when there will be uprising against the military government as they took power on the February 5th, the military would remain silent, because they tasted blood. And once they tasted blood by killing hundreds and thousands of Rohingyas, then they started killing their own people, and it will continue. The question is, the second thing, that why Myanmar has not been declared a pariah state. Association for Southeast Asian Nations, and Myanmar is a member, they should have cancelled, they should have thrown out the Myanmar from its membership, should have imposed sanctions against Myanmar. They have done nothing. United Nations, one can understand that Russia and China are quietly backing the military regime, which is unpardonable. I think it is something which Russia and China shouldn't have done. That they are the ones who are supporting the killings in Myanmar and against the pro-democracy people. So one can understand that in the UN Security Council, if there is a resolution against Myanmar, suspending the membership of Myanmar in the UN, then Russia or China may veto. And it's very interesting that the ambassador of Myanmar to the UN, who has been dismissed by the military junta, but he is still there, and he is the one who is condemning the policies of the military junta. So it basically means that the military government of Myanmar has no representative in the UN, but the UN should have done something about it. The General Assembly, a special session of UN General Assembly should have been called to discuss the killing, the unleashing of reign of terror in Myanmar. So it means that the Biden administration, and as that administration is now, the 70th day, 70 days it has completed. Why it is not taking any action against Myanmar, the European Union? Because unless Myanmar, the regime of Myanmar is isolated and declared categorically as a pariah state, it will not listen. And then on their own, when they were able to take steps against Libya, Gaddafi and Bashar al-Assad in Syria, why can't they use force against the government of Myanmar? They have the 7th Fleet, which takes care of the Pacific and the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean. So the 7th Fleet, they send the 7th Fleet to Myanmar, and then forcibly remove the military government. Myanmar has no nuclear weapons, North Korea has nuclear weapons. So they cannot take action against North Korea, but certainly they can take action against the military government, or they are waiting for more and more bloodshed. That 200 people were killed on the 27th of March. They are waiting that if thousands are killed, then they will intervene in Myanmar. So that is a moment of truth as far as the Biden administration is concerned, as far as democracy is concerned, and then of course what is going on in Myanmar, it is basically what we call as the law of diminishing return, that how the Rohingya Muslims were persecuted, how the so-called democratic government of Sochi, she was keeping mum when the Rohingyas were being killed, and now she is under house arrest. And there are charges of corruption and nepotism against her. So now I think it is time, because unless some firm action is taken against Myanmar, as I said earlier, that perhaps China or Russia may veto, but then the General Assembly can be called, a special session can be called, and they can take action, they can suggest action against Myanmar. And for that purpose, I think the Biden administration will have to make a decision of ordering the 7th Fleet, taking permission from the Congress, the Senate, and from the Senate, that if they want to save the lives of the people of Myanmar from further bloodshed, then that intervention, that military intervention should be well planned. They should plan it carefully, so that the people of Myanmar, they are salvaged from the brutalities of the military government. And after that, once the intervention is there, they can establish an interim government, and that interim government, after removing the military government of Myanmar, interim government can under the UN supervision can arrange free and fair elections, and that can basically be a plausible solution. Thank you very much.